Hi guys, it's Kirby. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadow palette brands. Recently, I've gotten a lot of eyeshadow palettes in my BoxyCharm. I have had a few palettes gifted to me for like Christmas and things like that. I don't know if I've actually ever made a video like this before. I probably have. Drugstore brands have been changing their formulas. Different brands have been doing different things, coming out with different palettes, so sometimes my favorites change. Also, do not be surprised if these eyeshadow palettes are brightly colored. I pretty much only use brightly colored eyeshadow palettes, to be honest. This is like as neutral as it gets. So yeah. Let's just jump right in. The first eyeshadow palette collection that I'm going to talk about is from BH Cosmetics. It is the Sweet Shop eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 of them. So my husband bought me one, the pistachio palette that I've used in quite a few videos so far, this green one, for Christmas. Then I was like, babe, I love this palette so much, like you have to go out and get me the other ones, even if you just save them for like gifts, because they're a limited time only. So then he went out and bought me 3 more for Valentine's Day. Thanks, babe. He got me the orange one, the red one, and the blue one. And these retail for $18 each. You can only find them on BH Cosmetics online, their online shop. As I did say before, they are a limited time release. I don't know if they're going to be restocked. They came out with them originally a while ago. They sold out. They brought them back. They sold out again. And then they kind of brought them back. So I don't know if they're going to be restocked. So go and purchase them as quickly as possible. They also have 2 other palettes that I will put right here. One is the Cotton Candy palette, which is like a pink purple, and then the other one is a brown palette called Sugar Cone. And what is cutie about these palettes is that if you like buy them all and you stack them all up, they make like an ice cream cone. This is where the cotton candy one would go. They make like an ice cream cone and it's super cute. But what I love about these is the formulas. Oh my gosh. If BH Cosmetics formulas stay like this for all of their future palette releases, honestly, they're the only eyeshadows you're ever going to need. The formulas, the colors, how the mattes match up with their shimmers. These are just no guess palettes. They have a nice mirror. They magnet shut. They are just a nice quality eyeshadow palette. BH Cosmetics has been stepping up their game with their eyeshadow palettes recently, and honestly, I love them. I also had a bunch of BH Cosmetics older eyeshadow palettes in my makeup kit whenever I was first starting out on doing makeup on other people. That's since stopped because of COVID and just my life in general. But honestly, BH Cosmetics, you can't really beat them. I love this blue. Also, for people who are like, those are so bright, where would I ever wear them? You'll wear them everywhere. At first, I was like, where am I going to wear this green eyeshadow palette? But then I ended up using them in most of my looks for Face Chart February. I've been wearing this regularly. Ugh. I love it because you can wear the shimmers by themselves or the mattes by themselves. Fantastic. I also recently just listened to a Instagram live with BH Cosmetics' new director of product development. I think she's the director. I know she's in product development with BH Cosmetics. And it was really eye-opening to learn a little bit. She spoke a little bit. She didn't like, it wasn't this whole like seminar, but she spoke a little bit about like product development and that makeup releases take like, you know, 2 years to 12 months to actually from start to finish release it. And why you might see a lot of palettes or a lot of colors or a lot of products that come out at the same time from different brands, like similar products that come out from different brands, is because like they all go to these trade shows and color shows, and like all of these research teams are telling them what like the future colors are. So like it's kind of crazy to think about everything that goes into product development. But highly, highly recommend the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop palette. I have done quite a few looks with these already and they're my absolute favorite. I always go and grab them. The next palettes that we are going to talk about are from Violet of Voss. These are the Essentials and Essentials 2 palette. These are $36 each. I got these in my BoxyCharm. However, you can buy these online. They are available online through Violet Voss. I think they might be available at Sephora or Sephora online. Don't quote me on that. I will have to do a little bit of research. What I like about these is that they are nice palettes to travel with. They have a mirror. They have wonderful shimmers, transitions. You can use these all year long. This one I think is a little bit more fall, whereas this one's like spring and wintry, cool toned, warm toned. You can do just like a plethora of looks with them. The formulas are very, very nice. They are nice, sturdy palettes, and again, they travel very well. The Violet Voss Essentials palette especially is one that I do find myself, back when I did travel a little bit, like to see family or if I was staying overnight somewhere. This one is one that I found myself grabbing for a lot because it does have all of the neutrals. It has like the little pop of color with the green and the pinks. It's just a good like everyday palette. It's an essentials palette. Same with this one, like these purples and blues are very much like my tones, my color palette. So I very much enjoyed when I got this one as well. Can't say enough. They are a little bit pricey, I feel like, $36, but for however many eyeshadows are you getting? 10 eyeshadows, so what? They're like $3.60 each. That's not too bad. Just really great formulas, really great eyeshadows. I really like them. The next palette that we are going to talk about is this little one. This one is from e.l.f. These are the bite-size eyeshadow palettes. They come in 8 different colors. You can buy these online and you can find these in stores like Walmart, Ulta, Target, wherever e.l.f. is sold. You might be able to find a limited color selection and or all 8 different colors. These are $3. I honestly don't know how e.l.f. does it. I don't know how e.l.f. has been able to create like a little $3 quad palette with the quality that these eyeshadows are. I used this for my Cruella de Vil look as well as my e.l.f. only video, and honestly blown away by the pigment and the quality of these shimmers as well as the mattes. You cannot beat it for $3. If you are looking to get someone who's just getting into makeup, more makeup, if you're looking to get your kids like play makeup, honestly these $3 eyeshadow palettes are everything. They have such a variety of colors from like mauves, browns, green, blue, pinks. Go out and look for yourself. Also, if you are not so much a makeup lover and you don't want to invest a lot of money into makeup, however you want your like everyday go-to, I use this eyeshadow and this like tinted moisturizer, these $3 eyeshadow palettes are where you should be living. Because you could buy 1 or 2 of them, you could have 2 or 3 different looks that you go from like day to night. Honestly, cannot say enough good things about these $3 palettes, and the fact that you can pick them up in store as well as online, even better. I love them. I've loved e.l.f. from the very beginning. I still have like a couple of my old e.l.f. things. Like I wore e.l.f. at my wedding. Love it. $3. How can you beat it? And it's very travel friendly. Look at how tiny this is. Like, so tiny. The only thing is that it doesn't have a mirror. That's the only thing. Next palettes that I am talking about are also from BH Cosmetics. They are the Zodiac palettes. I own the Zodiac Love Signs palette and the Zodiac Crystals palette. The Crystals palette is an exclusive of Ulta. The Love Signs palette was actually their second Zodiac palette. I do not own the original Zodiac palette. It's a little dark for me personally, and these were both gifts from my husband. My husband just knows me so well. He just knows that eyeshadow is the ultimate gift. I got got this one a little while back, a really long time back, and I recently just got this one, and I love them both. They come with 24 eyeshadow pans and 1 highlight and a mirror. They come with neutrals, as well as color, mattes, and shimmers. Coordinating mattes and shimmers, might I add, and I love that. This Zodiac Love Signs palette is also another palette that I travel with because honestly, if I'm traveling with makeup, or if I need makeup, or I need to do multiple looks, or I know that I'm like going on vacation and I'm going to be doing different things, I don't want to bring like 7 different eyeshadow palettes with me. I want to bring 1 or 2 eyeshadow palettes. This one honestly has everything that I need in terms of colors, neutrals, mattes, transitions, shimmers, everything you could possibly want. The Crystals palette, also same thing, 24 eyeshadows, 1 highlight, mirror, great to travel with, neutrals, shimmers, mattes, color, everything that you could ever possibly want. I would say that the Love Signs palette for me personally is a little bit more versatile and it's a little bit more warm toned, whereas this one focuses a little bit more on the colors itself. However, the quality of the pigments and the shimmers and the highlight especially, they blend so easily, they apply so nicely, they are so pigmented. These palettes are $27 each. If you're breaking that into the 25 pans that they are, then that's $1.08 a pan. Honestly, I think it's a really great investment in these palettes. This is another like investment palette that I would say if you want a palette. If you only want to own 1 palette, like if you are not a makeup connoisseur or a makeup hoarder like some of us are, I'm calling myself out, sure, I hoard makeup. If you just want to be like a 1 palette type of person, but you want to be able to do a whole bunch of different versatile looks, the Zodiac Love Signs palette and the Zodiac Crystals palette will always be at the top of my recommendation list. I've done multiple looks on my channel as well as my Instagram with these, and they are palettes that I do tend to find myself grabbing for, just like without even thinking, like, oh, I just have to do a quick look, grab it. So yeah. Can't say enough good things, again, about BH Cosmetics. Also, BH Cosmetics, not trying to like promote BH Cosmetics for any particular reason, I just like their eyeshadow palettes. I believe that they are vegan and cruelty free, if that concerns you in your purchasing. I'm not sure about the other ones. I'll link all of that down in the description box below with the links to the palettes. I'll put if they're vegan and cruelty free for your purchasing reference. Last but not least, we are going to talk about like an overall brand, which is Juvias Place. I own many of their palettes, 4 of them. Juvias Place has amazing eyeshadow palettes. They range from monochromatic to multicolored, mini to big palettes. Love them all. They range from $38 to $14. You can find them at Ulta in stores or online at Juvias Place or Ulta. The Juvias Place Nubian 2 palette was my first palette from them, and I do love it. However, it is a little bit more on the darker side for things that I do now, so I don't use it. This is more of an accent palette for me. But the other 3 palettes that I own, the Nomad, Zulu, and Douce palette, I love them. The Nomad is this like fall-y, greeny, browny look. This is like my neutrals palette because it has a little bit of color. I also love the Juvias Place palettes because the pan size are humongous. This is a $20 palette right here. The mini ones that are like 6 pans are $14. Juvias Place, the actual Juvias Place site, has been doing a ton of deals recently as well. They offer so much more makeup than just eyeshadow now. When I first started to get into Juvias Place, they only sold eyeshadow. Now they sell eyeliners, lip products, foundations, concealers, all kinds of things. The Zulu palette is probably my favorite. You know I love a good brightly colored eyeshadow palette. But it's also very versatile as well. These eyeshadows, they blend really nicely, they apply nicely, they're so pigmented, they stay put once you put them on. Honestly, cannot say enough good things about the Juvias Place eyeshadow palettes in general. There isn't just one that like I particularly love over the other one. I would recommend any of them to anybody. And now with the mini palettes especially, they're monochromatic like mini palettes, which I guess is like a big thing. And I do like a monochromatic mini palette, TBH. But those ones are really great. Again, if you have like your go-to look, you have your go-to color, and you just like want a nice, wonderful formula, Juvias Place, that's where it's at. So that's it. Those are some of my favorite palettes or collections or brands to buy eyeshadow from these days. These are like not the end all to be all. I definitely have other eyeshadow palettes that like are some of my favorites. These are just the ones that I find myself grabbing or gravitating towards lately. I will link all of them down in the description box below, so if you are interested in any of them, you can check them out on your own time. Have you tried any of these brands, palettes? What are your favorite brands and eyeshadow palettes? I'm always looking for recommendations, so please let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. As always, please be sure to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. I would hate for you to miss out on any more videos. Thanks so much for watching, guys.